I've discovered that sometimes being lost is the only way to truly find yourself. When I'm with you, I'm lost in every way, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You've taken over every part of me. I am lost in you, and yet in that loss, I've never felt more found. The hell of losing myself in you is where I find the most beautiful moments. You have a way of making me forget everything but you. It's not scary being lost in you. It's freeing. It's the only place I feel like I belong. I thought being lost was something to fear, but now being lost in you feel like the greatest adventure I could ever undertake. Hell never felt so good because it's where I find myself again. You consume me, body and soul, and I let you. Being lost in you isn't something I want to fight against. It's a journey I've chosen to take, and with every step, I fall deeper. I'm not scared of being lost in you. It's where I feel the most alive, the most real. The hell I thought I was running from has become the only place I want to stay. Every time I think I'm losing myself, I realize that in losing myself in you, I've found everything I've ever needed. Hell never felt so good because it's with you. Being lost in you feels like falling into the unknown. But it's not terrifying. It's like being swept away by something beautiful, something I never want to escape. With every breath, I fall deeper into you. Being lost doesn't scare me when I'm with you. It's the greatest kind of freedom I've ever known. In the chaos of being lost in you, I find a peace I never expected. It's not about being confused. It's about surrendering to the beauty of us. I thought losing myself in love would be the worst thing that could happen, but with you, it feels like the best. Hell might be dark, but with you, it's where I find light. The more I lose myself in you, the more I discover who I truly am. It's not a loss. It's a beautiful kind of transformation that I never want to end. I never thought I would want to be lost, but when it comes to you, I crave it. Losing myself in you is the only way I can truly find myself. When I'm lost in you, I feel alive in a way I never thought was possible. Every thought, every feeling, every heartbeat is all about you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've always feared being lost, but with you, I've found that there's nothing to fear. In the depths of you, I feel more connected to myself than I ever have. Losing myself in you doesn't feel like losing at all. It feels like finding something I've been searching for my whole life, someone who makes everything make sense. Hell never felt so good because when I'm with you, being lost feels like the only way to truly be found. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I embrace it, and fully. Every moment with you pulls me deeper, and I don't want to fight it. I'm lost in you, and in that loss, I discover the true meaning of love. When I'm lost in you, it feels like everything around me disappears. The only thing that remains is the intense connection we share, a connection that makes me feel like I'm home. The moment I let go of the fear of being lost, I found freedom in your embrace. Hell never felt so good when it's with you in the depths of your love. There's a certain kind of peace that comes with losing yourself in someone who understands you completely. I'm lost in you, but it's a loss that feels like belonging. I'm not lost in the sense that I don't know where I am. I'm lost because being with you makes every other thought fade away. You are my focus, my center, and I am content to stay lost. With you, being lost isn't something to fear. It's the place where I feel the most alive, where every feeling becomes amplified and every touch leaves me wanting more. I thought being lost in love would be a scary thing, but with you, it feels like the most natural thing in the world. It's a beautiful surrender I never want to end. The hell of being lost is something I welcome when it's with you. There's something about you that makes the chaos of love feel like the most beautiful thing I've ever known. In the depths of you, I'm not lost. I'm found in ways I never thought possible. It's not about losing myself. It's about merging with you in a way that feels like destiny. Being lost in you is the only place I feel truly alive. Every moment with you feels like an adventure, one I never want to escape from. Hell never felt so good because it's not just about losing myself. It's about discovering a new version of myself in your arms, a version I never knew existed. When I'm lost in you, it's like being in a world where nothing else matters. Your touch, your words, everything about you consumes me, and I never want it to stop. I never thought being lost could feel this way, but with you, it's like finding a part of me that was always meant to be here. I'm lost in you, completely entwined in every part of your being. The more I get to know you, the more I realize I never want to find my way out. It feels like a beautiful kind of chaos, and for once, I don't mind losing myself in it. There's something about you that pulls me deeper than I ever thought possible. Each moment spent with you feels like a storm I don't want to escape, even when it's overwhelming. It's a kind of madness I cherish, even as I lose myself in it. I've never been more lost than I am when I'm with you. Every thought, every feeling, every part of me seems to fade into you, and it's a journey I never want to end. Hell never felt so good when it's with someone who makes me feel alive. I feel like I've been searching for something my whole life, and somehow I lost myself in you. But the strange thing is, I don't want to be found. Being lost in you feels like the only place I'm meant to be. In your arms, I am lost, not because I'm confused, but because being with you feels like home. Even when it's intense, even when it's hard to breathe, it's the kind of loss I never want to escape from. You have a way of making me forget who I am, but in the best way. The world disappears, and all that's left is the intoxicating sensation of being lost in you. Hell has never felt so sweet as it does when I'm with you. I used to fear losing myself, but now I realize I've found something more beautiful in losing myself in you. The fire, the chaos, the undeniable pull. It's all part of something so much bigger than I ever imagined. When I'm with you, I forget about everything else. It's just you and me, lost in this indescribable feeling that's more than love. It's like being in hell, but with you, it feels like heaven. I'm not lost in the traditional sense. I'm lost in your touch, your words, your soul. It's a journey I've willingly taken, and every second spent with you feels like paradise wrapped in its charm. To be lost in you is to surrender to the beauty of every moment, every feeling, every touch. It's not just about losing myself, it's about finding a piece of me I never knew existed in your arms. You have me. I'm completely lost in you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's like a fire that burns, but with you, it feels more like a warm embrace than an overwhelming blaze. The world fades away when you're near, and I lose myself in the depths of your eyes. It's not a fear of being lost. It's a yearning to be consumed by everything that is you. Hell never felt so good because when I'm lost in you, every painful moment becomes beautiful. It's a fire that burns, but I can't help but want to dance in the flames. Every time I think I've lost myself in you, I realize that in losing myself, I found something more incredible than I ever imagined. Being with you isn't just about love, it's about surrendering to the unknown. I don't mind getting lost in you because when I do, I discover parts of me I never knew existed. Hell might seem like a place to escape from, but with you, it's where I want to stay. Being lost in you is a beautiful thing. It's not about confusion or chaos. It's about a deep connection that leaves me breathless and yearning for more. The way you consume my thoughts, my soul, my every breath, it's like being lost in a dream I never want to wake from. Hell, it's a dream I want to keep living in forever. It feels like I'm drowning in you, but in the most beautiful way possible. Each breath I take feels like I'm being pulled deeper, but I can't resist it because it's where I belong. In your eyes, I find a place where I can lose myself and yet some feel more alive. The hell of being lost in you is the only kind of hell I'd ever willingly choose. There's a kind of peace in being lost in you that I've never known before. It's not about escaping, it's about finding my place in the chaos. And for the first time, I don't mind the storm. I'm lost in you, but it's not a place I want to escape. It's a beautiful kind of madness, a surrendering of control that I never thought I'd be willing to give. Yet here I am, and I never want to leave. Hell never felt so good, because being lost in you is the only place I've ever felt whole. It's not about being found. It's about being free in the depth of this connection. When I'm lost in you, I realize I've never been more alive. Every feeling, every touch, every moment becomes a part of me that I never want to let go of. Being lost in you doesn't scare me. It's the only place where I feel like I'm truly myself, unfiltered, raw, and completely at peace. The deeper I go, the more lost I feel, but the more connected I am to you. It's like hell and heaven collide, and in that intersection, I find a part of me I never knew existed.